All right, you're welcome back. The show continues. It's still Good Morning, Anambra. And this is the discussion segment. The topic we have on the discussion this morning is promoting sign language rights and deaf awareness. Promoting sign language rights and deaf awareness. And of course, we have some guests in the studio this morning who will help us understand better how we need to promote this sign language right and also this deaf awareness campaign. Of course, we know that these people are all over in our society. I mean, the deaf community, they are among us, they are with us, and it's important that everyone, not just the people categorized under deaf community, but everyone, it's important that we learn sign language so that we can communicate with these people and make them feel belong to the society. So this morning we have as our guest in the studios, Honorable Ndobweze Ezemba. He is the chairman of Anambra State Association of the Deaf. Glad to have you on the show.
Okay, good morning. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you.
All right, we also have Emmanuel Enoch Anemena, Anambra State officially designated sign language interpreter. He's also the CEO, New Sign Language Interpreting Consult. Glad to have you.
Good morning.
All right. So let's start with the, sign language, why we need to create awareness and also let people understand how the sign language is important with the deaf community.
Okay, the reason why we are here for the Sign Language Week is to synthesize the society about the importance of sign language, because that is the only means of communication to us. Just that this sign language of a thing is not something new for everyone. That is just the same way the hearing people, the way we talk with our mouth, the way we use our ears to hear, and that's the same way we use our hand to talk and we use our eyes to hear. And also with that, if everyone can learn sign language, it will make the life much easier and make the world more inclusive for all of us, which that's why we are, at least if they have provision of sign language interpreters in hospitals and all that, that could also cannot go a long way.
Okay, let me now ask you as the interpreter, can you just briefly share with us your learning experience and also using sign language? How has it impacted on your lives and also the lives of people around you?
Okay, I was born into the deaf community. It happens that my parents are both deaf, and I started interpreting at the age of 4, and that's how I've been developing my sign language skills, because that's the only way I can use to communicate with my parents at home. And from there, I proceeded and I saw that there are a lot of need in the deaf community. Most times when my parents, because it happens often that I have to interpret for my parents during the news time in the evening. Sometimes they'll call me, please come and interpret this for me, and I have to interpret the news for them. So at a point, I began to see that need to impact more into the life of the deaf people in the community and able to develop their life in order to connect them all over the world by introducing and also making sign language an advocacy for the deaf people in the community.
Okay. Coming to you, Honorable Ndobweze, apart from the fact that one of the major challenges you face is inability to hear, what other challenges do you face as a member of the deaf community?
Okay, so we have so many challenges which the deaf people face, apart from the barrier of hearing. And, most times some deaf people face some challenges, discrimination, because they cannot hear. And secondly, when they are watching the television, especially for the news, they are not being part of what is going on, but they just only look at what is going on. And mostly when it comes to all these political things and all that, there's no provision of sign language interpreter. There's a lot of deaf people in their own association that most times when you come to their normal monthly meetings and you normally ask them what are the challenges you face, and they say that because that that they've been to the hospital, no sign language interpreter at the hospital, and the way most people talk to them, like, no, just go away. I don't understand what they're trying to say. So, which makes them more sad, and also, I think it's the same thing with the deaf parents. That most of the deaf parents don't usually send their children to school. They end up enslaving the child, making the child look less of themselves. And with that, there's a lot of challenges that if I begin to start talking, that we'll not be able to go. And most times we've discovered that most deaf parents, they don't send their children to school. They don't release them on time for them to mingle with the other deaf fellows. They end up keeping them and enslaving them, making them not to look and to know what is going on in the outside world and all that. So that's one of the most challenges that they have in the society.
Okay, now coming to you, what actually are the key rights deaf individuals are fighting for? Can you just enumerate them? Let's understand the key rights. Apart from the fact that they are the inability to hear and all that, what right are they really fighting for and should be accorded to them? Okay,
the right the deaf people are actually according for is number one, according to the disability rights law. It's stated there that it rights to marry.
Okay.
They should be free to marry whoever they want to marry, because most times the so-called the deaf parents say no, how can these two people, deaf people marry? But they said no, that the children will end up becoming deaf. No need, go and marry a hearing person. But which is not true. They should be given the right to marry. For example, my own parents are deaf, so they gave birth to a very handsome boy, and this is me. I can talk, I can sign. Then secondly, right to education. They should be given the right to be educated, for them to be able to contribute to the quota to the society. 3, right to health care, right to information rights, right to be participating in the politics in Nigeria. Just like one other deaf person called Honorable Chedi, he once contested for the House of Reps in Abia State, which probably he failed due to one or two things, but with time, we'll keep on progressing. So all these things are right. Deaf people should be given right on politics and everything, and all the right of information in Nigeria.
Okay. Honorable, when we talk about technology, of course, we are in a digitalized world now, and technology is everywhere. Just in Anambra State, the governor is trying to make the state a technology-driven state where technology is everywhere and everything technology. How can we leverage on this opportunity that the internet technology has provided to us to enhance the sign language accessibility?
Okay, first of all, I would rather say that even before His Excellency, the governor, decided to bring in the technology, we ourselves are making use of the technology a long time, because that's the only way we can use to communicate to ourselves, and we can use to making video calls, and joining online meetings and all that. So with that, we can as well make a good leverage of the technology, where we can use it to connect to the world news, world meetings and all that. So we're making use of the technology way back before Mr. Governor has decided to make the state a technology-driven state. And of course, technology, we cannot live without technology. So technology is our number one skills that enables us to communicate with one another.
Okay. I'm still talking about the challenges that are being faced by the deaf community in Anambra State, and of course in Nigeria in general, because we are celebrating their week. So in what ways have the community come to, make their needs being felt by the government, tell the government or stakeholders around them that these are their challenges and they need them to be met?
Okay. Deaf people have been doing some advocacy visits to some organizations, to some NGOs, and they have made decided to divide themselves into groups to go to make some other sensation to the government public, and telling them that the importance of the sign language, how they are supposed to be included in the society to be able to be part of the decision making. That's why we decided to collaborate with the Anambra State Disability Rights Commission, decided to collaborate with the JONAPID in order to push and to champion our cause.
Okay, well, thank you so much. Honorable, back to you. You are the chairman of the Anambra State Association of the Deaf, and I know that there are a lot of people in different communities in Anambra State, scattered in the hard-to-reach area, rural communities, and most of them, they face one challenge or the other. Now, as an association, how do you come together to see how you can help each other in solving some of their needs? Some of them, they've not seen the walls of schools, they don't even know how to provide for themselves, they are being stigmatized because of their condition and all that. So how do you come together as an association to help these people?
Okay, that's actually a good question. Through my association, we decided to group ourselves into what we call the DPP, being able to reach out to the rural community. So we decided to establish the disability commissioners, we call it the disability commissioners in local areas, for them to be able to work in line with their PGs so that they can be able to get down to the grassroots, to enable to educate, to get out some other deaf people who are stagnant, who are in darkness, trying to give them information, give them reasons to come out, because we together, they make use of themselves as an example to other people. So even though they don't even understand sign language, that is where they have to make use of their local language for them to understand, and that's where they decide to now go to pay an advocacy visit to the deaf parents in the rural areas. And just the case they had about last week when they went to Okozo, they had a case about some deaf people who cannot be able to come out, they are not educated. So all the ESCOs, they came together, decided to go there to find out what the issue is, and they found out that the deaf person has been kept in the dark, have not seen the four walls of the school. So they decided to now give the deaf person a scholarship to study at Ojo River. So they're now making some other contact to other international communities to see how they can help the deaf person to continue with the education. And now, successfully, the deaf person, is now educated, so he now is in his final year. So that's how we've been doing our advocacy, going down to the grassroots to create an awareness to the community in the rural areas.
Okay, so apart from that, can you also share another probably success story based on maybe from NGOs or organizations that are working with the deaf community? Okay,
yes, just the case of a young girl in Enugu State, whereby the lady's parents, they maltreated her, they treated her like as if she was nobody. They dated her, they never gave her life, they made use of her. It got to the point that the girl's parents chased her away, and the girl, wanting to go to the school, want to learn, want to know more about life, and unfortunately the girl is the eldest, and the deaf parent decided to treat the other junior siblings more important than the deaf person. So most times they keep on abusing the girl, abusing her, they beat her up and all that. So then when the girl came out to share her story to some other deaf people, and they saw how she had been denied of her rights, at home, denied of everything. So they now decided to now know what to do, because they thought that this girl cannot do anything, she can never amount to anything. So that unfortunately the dad died, because the dad was the only person that was defending her. So when the dad died, so her own property that was supposed to be like shared to her own rights was denied. They told her that she if I had to chase her away, then the deaf person that came from Lagos saw her and asked her what was the problem, because she has to start selling pure water. And at that point, she was raped, being violated against. And later they took her in, asked her some questions, and decided to, give her a good treatment, take her to the hospital, treated her, and decided to send her to school. And by God's grace, she asked her what she wanted to become. She said she wanted to become a lawyer. And from there, the deaf person decided to contact the World Deaf Federation to see how they can contribute money for her. And in the long run, she became a graduate, she became a lawyer, and then she came back to her father's house and demanded for her right. And the mother was surprised, like, wow, so you can write? He said yes. And of course, justice must be made. She decided to sentence her mom some few months in prison so that she can see how it feels to deny deaf people of their rights and all that.
Okay, Ndubeza, still on, coming back to you. Let's talk about your relationship with your parents, because he just told us a story of a girl that was maltreated by her parents just because she's deaf, which is not even her fault. Now, tell us your relationship with your parents, your friends, and where you were growing up, so that some people listening to us or watching us this morning, we understand that when you have someone that is deaf, it's not like as if the person is disadvantaged, but you can still leverage on that and make the person become somebody important in the society.
Okay, thank you so much. My own parents, they all trained me very well. They loved me so much. Even when they discovered that I was a deaf person, they decided to, like, okay, this is all God. This is all how God created the child to be. So my parents treated me well, and of course, I'm the eldest in the family. So now everybody and my parents make sure that I get the best of life. They send me to the best of the school. At least I myself, I'm now a graduate. So all of us, and when I'm done, my other brothers, they all come together to help me. And I have a very good relationship with my parents from my childhood to now. And right now, I have a job. My parents are proud of me, and actually they send me to special school. And I finished from the University of Ibadan, and I studied health science in the university and all that. So my parents, they gave me a lot of support, and they even advised me that, they told me that, hey, young man, the downfall of a man is not the end of this world. You can do this. If other persons can do this, then of course, definitely I can. So that gave me more boldness. They encouraged me to go out, and they said that, okay, that they have improved, and other parents who saw the way my own parents treated me, and decided to encourage other parents to treat their deaf children as well. And also, there are also some other deaf children too who have the similar good treatment. So that's all. So that's why I have a very good relationship with my parents.
Okay. So how do you think the government can prioritize sign language recognition? Because we are talking about the recognition, awareness, and all that. So now, I know we have a law in Anambra State that is backing this up. But then, are there some strategies or initiatives you feel the government need to employ right now to prioritize the language recognition?
Okay. First of all, if His Excellency can give an appointment for an SA on sign language and communication in Anambra State, which is the #1 way to prioritize the deaf people in the community, and to see how they can make it part of the school curriculum for the school to be able to teach sign language in all schools, and also giving access to the deaf people to be able to go to school in university, being able to provide sign language interpreters, and being able to see how they can employ more sign language interpreters to be able to work at the hospital, police stations, at the courts, and all of that. So with that is one of the ways the government can able to do to help the deaf people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for that particular submission. But we have to take a short break now. Let's get to hear what people that we interviewed earlier on this particular topic, what they have to say. Let's get their opinions. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Part of them. Also, if churches can also use it, preaching, so that people can start getting used to it. while the pastor, just like we have some churches that interpret in English while the pastor is preaching. You can also have someone that is interpreting in sign language. You can also understand because we have some deaf church. And people can also start understanding that sign language. They might start learning it bit by bit. And it's just a bit.
It is to create awareness. There's a lot of people don't even know, some people cannot understand their communication system. So first of all, we create and bring teachers to train so that people can be aware that there are people who cannot communicate unless you use sign language to them. But there must be training, and when that is properly done and awareness, I believe we'll do a good job.
Linguistics is a science that studies language, and language is essentially human. You call it paralinguistics because this you don't speak it, but you use sign. And you use sign, you tell somebody, you just do this sign, no, shut up your mouth, or wink at the person to show love and things like that. Or don't you experience it? You use this thing simultaneously, but you don't know. You only hammering on it this way because you are looking at all this deaf and dumb. But even when you are not, you are doing so many things. You call it gesture. That's you make a gesture. Sometimes you just wave. Why don't you say bye-bye or goodbye and all that? So when you wave, you have also used the sign language.
Those people like those sign languages like those deaf, dumb, people that cannot speak out, people that cannot communicate freely like other people. You can communicate with them through signs, not only signs. You have to be tolerance for them, endurance for them. Because most times, as we say, you might be speaking, they will not understand. But you give them that patience, you endure with them, give them the signs they should understand. And tolerate, even if they do not understand. You have to endure, accommodate them. Do them as per se, you show them that common relationship as a human being like you, as a follower, as somebody who belongs to every communication of human being and interaction. I thought that might serve and help in such communication. Sign for those people that are deaf, dumb, and who cannot communicate freely like others.
If you ask me, I would say if it's included in the curriculum of schools, because aside the fact that schools teach languages which don't even happen anymore, Nigerian languages, the sign language should be included, maybe 30 minutes class or so where people will be taught how to use this. And also the tertiary education also, I don't know if that is offered as a course. So we teach people how to learn these signs and how to use it. And there are also platforms, conferences also where you have people with these disabilities that come. So if you have somebody interpreting with these sign languages, it creates the awareness for people to know, yes, there's something like this, and then I can learn this and then help people interpret it.
You're welcome back to the show. So from what our respondent says, it's all about creating awareness. And we've mentioned if the government can also include it in school curricula, how it's going to help the deaf community. But then again, in his association, I want to know how the deaf leaders have been able to create awareness when it comes to this language.
Okay, we the Deaf Association, we have been going to schools, different schools, to create this awareness to the principals. Like we also have the deaf school here in Oka, we have the deaf school at Ojo River, we have deaf schools at Owerri. So most times, so we the deaf leaders in this association, we go to most of the schools to make an awareness, to tell them, okay, find that we are the deaf leader, this and this and this, so person, like this so and so person should be given admission to the university, to the secondary school. Just like a case I had about last week, when a deaf child needs to go to the secondary school, but the teacher said that they cannot admit the person. So they went to go to the secondary school and tell the person, please admit this person is a deaf person, but there's no difference between him and the other students. So all you need to do is to provide the sign language and pictures so that they can be able to help the deaf children to understand what's going on. So they're doing that in most of the schools to create that awareness.
Okay. We've talked about school. What about employment? He said he's gainfully employed. You're working. But then I know there are other people that probably they went to school and as members of the deaf community, but they've not been able to find a job doing anything right now. So are there things, initiatives that can promote employment and inclusiveness when it comes to people from this particular community?
Okay. Okay. About that, first of all, because most of the deaf people we have, we have a lot of graduates. We have a lot of people. So most times when they say to go to submit a letter of employment for them to give them a job, some of them may end up telling them that no, we cannot give because we are not here, you cannot write. So they end up coming back. It's either to come back to us and tell us that what is happening. So we may decide to go and meet with the management and tell them that no, you cannot just deny this person this job. It is written in the Anambra State Disability Rights Law that every deaf person should be given a quota to work there. So by the time we explain to the person saying that this person can able to contribute to the growth of your company, so by the time we give the management the reasons, and by the end of the day, they are gainfully employed, while we have some deaf people that that are self-entrepreneurs. They have deaf people who own a business. We have a lot of deaf people who have large companies working and making money for themselves, which they are also employing the hearing people. So most of the hearing people that finish from the university and are looking for a job, they are the deaf person that we give them job. So they make use of that to talk to and to also to sensitize the other companies, the other industries, to them that we, the deaf people, will also employ the hearing people in order to help and to develop the society. So we have some deaf people who have a shop where they make shoes and also teach the other hearing people how to make shoes. We have a lot of deaf people who are fashion designers. We have also a footballer too. So a lot of them. Yeah.
Okay. So talking about, these people are having something to do. Once in a while, when you are you're boarding the public transport in some of these parks, you notice that you see a lot of them going with the description that they are from deaf community and that they need help, like beggars, so to say. But because they can't talk, you see them written it all over them. Now, is there a way you can help to put these people off the street? I mean, we have talked about some of them being skillful, and they are also teaching people that are willing to learn. So how is his organization or association, trying to come together to see that people like this going on the streets begging, that they are being, they bring them back, teach them one or two skills, and then they'll be able to earn a living?
Okay, well, I can say that this is one of the numerous cases we always have, but when we decide, like mostly here in Unizik Junction, when we notice that, so most times either we confront them, ask them, who are you, or will you sign to communicate them? Most times we find out that most of them might be faking it. Most of them might just decide, like, by the time you just ask them questions, they say, no, that I can't hear you. And they now say, okay, you are not a deaf person, and you're pretending to be a deaf person. Then how can you come out here to use the word description that I am a deaf person? And no, it's not right. So it's either they now decide to report them to the police, and for then the police people to take actions. And most times, we notice that most of the people who comes to Anambra State to beg, we find out that most of them are not even from Anambra State. Most of them are being, they come all the way from Lagos, Abuja, come down here to ask for beg. And most times you see these people, some other hearing people or some other people do adopt a girl, send her out to go and look for money. So when she comes back with the money, they will collect the whole money from her, and they end up beating her up, impregnate the girl. So, but then they decide to use that strategy of using carrying a baby at the back and using it to beg. So most times when we find some of these things, when we find that some of them are deaf, so we decide to bring them into our association. They will now hand over. If it's a lady, we'll hand them over to the woman leader in our association, and for them to talk to them the challenges, what is the problem, what made them to go into the street to start begging. So by the time you now say, okay, that they are this like that, we will not necessary to now send them to one of our members who have a shop, who have a business, who send them there for them to learn a skill and in order for them to earn a living. Just like the other time we saw a young man who was begging, and I myself as a chairman, I saw him, I'm like, no, this is wrong for you to start begging. So we took him in, we decided to send him to Nkwele for him to learn how to make shoes. And from now, the boy is now learning how to make shoes and how to make some other things. So most times when we see all these things, we bring them into the association, we teach them. If they don't know how to sign, we teach them how to make use of sign language, and from there, we'll make them part of us, and we tell them that they are all welcome. Whatever issues they have, they are all welcome. So we'll train them most times once in a while, and like twice in every month. We do capacity building, where we build the capacity of the deaf people, give them on training, give them seminars, and most times we travel to other states, and we travel with them for them to learn more from others, and as well being able to help enhance their skills. So most times we ask them, what do you want to do? What do you know how to do best? So most times in front of them say that they are good in this, so we take them there. And once we say that they can do it, then fine, then we give them training on that, and for them to enhance their skills, and for them to take them away from the street. Most times that's why we say to do a more advocacy in our association, because we decided to break our association down to other rural areas and local government, so that them too can be able to fish out all these beggars and able to stop the deaf people begging. So that's why we decided to come up with the team Operation Save the Deaf People from the Street, so that the other hearing people will not see us as beggars, but they can be able to see us as deaf people who can do more and able to contribute to the society.
All right, thank you so much for that. And of course, people that are deaf or people that have this inability to hear, they are part of the society, and I know that they will want to be accepted by all, despite the fact that some people stigmatize against them. Now, the question is, as a leader in this particular association, how do you advocate for deaf-friendly public spaces? Everywhere, being friendly with everyone, understanding the fact that we all are human beings.
Okay, first of all, I would rather say a very big thank you to the director of ABS, because when I came here, I brought a letter, for us to be interviewed in order to talk about more about the Deaf Awareness Week and also the importance of sign language. So when I came here, the way some people treated me, they not really treated me very well. Once there's the young lady down there, like, okay, come, let me help you, and I was so very much amazed when the MD called me, like, okay, come on, what's the problem? And he said to give me an audience. I was so very much happy. And most cases, when I go to some other places, most times the way we have been treated are not so good, but the way the MD of ABS treated me, it was so very wonderful. It made me feel so welcome, made me feel part of this society, made me feel like, okay, I'm not deaf, I have someone that treats me very well. So if other people too can able to treat us very well, because most times there are some places that I might go to and ask them, please, I want to see somebody, ask me to put writing, and they say, no, I don't have time for writing. So which most times it can be good, can be bad, so it just depending on. But for me, the 10 over 10 all is that I just love the way the director of ABS treated me and also gave me an audience to be here.
All right. Well, thank you so much for that. Now, talking about the Awareness Week, are there activities planned for the commemoration and also creating awareness for the sign language for people in Anambra State?
Yeah, we are doing a lot of preparations. Number one, we are planning to do a road show, to go around Oka to make some other sensitization to the society, tell the people that, hey, we are deaf people, we are this, we can do this. So we plan in a situation whereby if we are doing the road show, we might decide to showcase our skills. So when we do the road show, we now do a kind of what they call this a mini trade fair. So other people, stakeholders can come and see what we can do. So we have a lot stakeout planned out for our Deaf Awareness Week. So once they come, we show them this is what we can do, this is what we do, and this is what we can do if give us the opportunity to do more.
Okay. So what's your, who are you collaborating with to do all this? Because I know that it's kind of capital intensive and, you know, so you need to put things in place so that when people will come, they see what you've been able to achieve for a very long time. So who are you talking with? Who are you collaborating with? The state government, the House of Assembly? Who are the people that you feel that can come in to help you achieve this plan of yours?
We are actually working together with the Anambra State Disability Rights Commission, which the chairman of the commission, which is Barrister Chuks Ezewizie, and also with the JONAPI chairman, which is Honorable Ugochukwu Okeke, and also in collaboration with the national president. We just concluded the election for the national president, so work together with him and also with some other international NGOs outside the country that can help us to contribute. And as well, we have written a lot of numerous letters for support from the state government. So hopefully, by God's grace, that we'll get a response from the governor for him to approve our request.
Okay. Just as we are rounding off the show, now that we've talked about this, of course, this is the awareness month, yeah? After this month, do we continue with creating this awareness? I remember that we talked about doing it in school, integrating it in the school curricula and also in different offices for the employers of labor to actually employ those that are qualified, despite the fact they come from the deaf community. So what other things do we actually need to do to keep this awareness, to keep this fire burning? Do we wait for another year when we have this particular commemoration month to also talk about it, or do we continue to talk about it every day?
Okay, and it's not, we don't have to wait for another year. Every day of our lives is the advocacy. We do the advocacy every day of our life, every day, every month, every week, every second. We make that awareness. We make awareness through our Facebook, our WhatsApp, our social media handles. So most times when we come for our meetings, we video ourselves and we put it hashtag the deaf community, the deaf can do. And of course, definitely in Lagos, we have an organization called Deaf Can Dance. So Deaf Can Dance, there are a lot of professionals. Deaf can do a lot of things. So every day of our lives, we do the awareness to creating that sensitization to the society. So we do that every day in order to keep the fire up. I mean, the fire has already been burning, because if you don't have any problem, there will be no issue. So for us to keep on that, because there's a lot of deaf people with the burden outside. There are a lot of challenges that the deaf people in my association do face. So every day is the awareness, creating more awareness to the other public sectors, the government, the local industry. So we do that every day.
Okay, so just like we've already established that everyone is included, not just the deaf community. Then again, now the question is, how do we also bring in other stakeholders to help in promoting this language rights? I mean, we talk about the community leaders, we talk about religious leaders, and then people all from all sectors of the economy. How can they come in, and what roles are they supposed to play in promoting this language right?
Okay, I would rather say that I mean, for who wants to to partner with the religious leaders and also some other stakeholders to as well come in to partner with us. At least for them, before they want to partner with, at least they should come in. They should, see the way we do our things. For them, first of all, for them to see that hey, we are not lazy, we are hardworking people. So by the time they come in to see what we can do, see our ability, then from there you can be able to, tell other people more about us. And of course, if you can come in to help us, there's a lot of things them too can gain. So it's about collaboration, working with the local industries, with the Igwes, with the PGs, with everybody. So we'll try as much as possible for them to come in and see what we can do. So once they see what, because the people say that is from the smell of the food that we get to know how sweet the food is. So we will tell them, come and see what we can do. Then from there, it's now left for them to now call for other stakeholders to come and collaborate with us.
Okay, so just before we go, what's your final word before we leave the studios of ABS this morning?
Okay, well, I don't have any much words, but first of all, I want to say a very big thank you to the MD of ABS, say a very big thank you to you, the madam, for giving us the opportunity to be here. And I want to say that everybody should be inclusive. Whenever you see the deaf, do not see us as deaf people who are demon, because that's what most people do see us about. They should see us people who are able to do a lot of things, and also use this opportunity to tell the society that we can and we can do more if opportunity being given to us.
Okay, so on that note, we want to say a very big thank you to both of you for joining us on this segment of the show this morning. Thank you so much, Honorable Ndobweze Ezemba, the Chairman of Anambra State Association of the Deaf. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
And also you, Emmanuel Emene, the Anambra State officially designated sign language interpreter and also the CEO of New Sign Language Interpreting Consult. Thank you so much for being here. And you've been doing a wonderful job right here in the show this morning. Thank you so much. Well, that's it on the show this morning, just like we've established there, that everyone is included. It's an inclusive thing. It's not just about the deaf community. If you learn, you can help someone in your community or someone around you who might be finding it difficult to communicate to other people. Well, on that note, we want to say very big thank you for joining us on the show this morning. My name is Chidimma Oranwa. Do have a lovely weekend. Bye.